Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio. This is your home for artisanal Bible study that's organically made and fresh. Today we're looking at Psalm 100, verse 4. Verse 4 it contains the last three imperatives. So let's just kind of do a Casey Kasem countdown, and we'll start with the very first one that we had here in verse 1. Make a joyful noise. That's number 1. Second imperative, serve. Third imperative, come. Those are both in verse 2. Verse 3, know. That's the only one there in verse 3. And then we come to verse 4, and we have 3. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him, and bless his name. So here in verse 4, we have enter, be thankful, and bless. All three of those imperatives or commands that are a part of this 100th Psalm. So let me go over them again. Make a joyful noise, serve, come, know, enter, be thankful, and bless. Isn't that wonderful? So as I said yesterday, we kind of arrived at the top of the chiastic structure right there, that last line of Psalm 100, verse 3, we are his people, the sheep of his pasture, or as I said yesterday, as the Anglo-Scottish version has it, folk of him, and the sheep of his pasture, or as the Scottish says it, the shape of his pasture. We end there, or we kind of climax or crest there, and then we come down the other side, and now we're not being told to make, serve, or know. Now we're being told to enter, be thankful, and bless. So we've arrived at the courts. We're a part of his people. We're folk of him. So now we're being told, enter into his gates with thanksgiving. This is our duty. And the psalmist is saying, this is not a suggestion. This is what you do. Enter. You go in there, and you're armed with all the right stuff, making a joyful noise, serving the Lord, coming before him with singing, knowing, you know that he is God. Now you enter, because all of those things are in place. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, into his courts with praise. And of course, there's that beautiful poetic ability of the Hebrew psalmist to parallel and to play off of the same verb. Enter is paralleled and shadowed in the next phrase, into his courts with praise. So I'm entering his gates, I'm entering his courts, and it's a command to do just that. And be thankful unto him. Have you thanked the Lord today for anything? That's an important part of our walk as Christians. And as I'm speaking to my Christian sister and brother right now, you need to be thankful for all that God has blessed you with. Now, you will never in 1,000,000 trillion lifetimes be able to thank him for every single thing, because it's just not possible. He loads us with abundance, He loads us with good stuff all the time. The very breath we breathe, the very next thought we think, all of those things are gifts from his hand. There's no way we can thank him for everything. But have you thanked him for one thing today? Have you thanked him for something simple or maybe something huge? Thank the Lord, and don't make a show of it. Just thank him. Just out of the gratefulness of your heart, give him thanks. The Lord, he longs to hear you do that. And bless his name. That is, you say to him, you alone are God, and only you could do this great deed in my life, whatever it happened to be that you thanked him for. Bless his name, because he's worthy of that. He is God. He made us, and we are folk of him. So if we're folk of him, how come we're not thanking him and blessing him like we should? Folks, it's time for us to take up verse 4 of Psalm 100 and to take it seriously and to enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise, to be thankful and to bless his name, because he is worthy of that. Okay, so join me tomorrow. We'll look at verse 5 on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.